screams and queens. We can't wait to talk about it, and we have a very exciting special guest. Let's get started. Here we go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I'm feeling this.
I liked him on the episode tonight.
Here we go.
I know, we need to see more of him.
More of him. I like his quality of his
I'm
life.
into it.
Yes.
I love it. We are into it, and you guys, we have a very special guest with us tonight. We have Billie Lee. Yay! She's here, and she's ready to hang and answer questions. We have the live chat pulled up, so be sure to pop in there if you guys have anything you want to ask her while she's here. We're so excited to get into the conversation. So first, Billie, where can we find you on social?
At It's Me, Billie Lee, and that's all of my social, and my website is billylee.com.
Perfect, amazing. Okay, and we'll introduce ourselves really quick, and then we will get this conversation started. So I am Tiege Dooley-Panko. You guys can find me at TiegeDP online, pretty much everywhere. Then we got Zack.
I'm Zack Peters. You guys can follow me at Just Plain Zack.
I'm Serio, and you can follow me at Serio.
And I'm Stacey Olivas. You guys can follow me all over social media at Stacey Olivas.
Amazing. Okay, we even thought of a fun, kitschy little segment for Billie later. We're going to do Billie's Breakdown, which is going to be very fun. We're going to talk about the relationships on the show. But first, before we get into the episode breakdown, we're going to talk to Billie about a few questions. We have a few fan questions. So first, we're going to get started. And how did you get involved on the show? And how's it been being on the show? This is the first question we've gotten from quite a few people.
Okay. Being on the show, it's been great, a little overwhelming at some points. But yeah, I had a friend who knew Lisa, and they were like, I was looking for a job because as an activist, you really don't make money. And they were like, yeah, Lisa's really big with the LGBT community. You should, I should connect you. And then I filled out an application and then met with Lisa, and we like instantly fell in love, and I started at SUR hosting.
Love, amazing. That's a great story.
I was like, what? Well, I've been a server before, like a lot in my life, and I'm like, why am I hosting? I want to serve. And she's like, well, this is how you start out. So you kind of like start out as a host.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, so I'm still waiting to be a server.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm like always asking her.
But it's kind of nice to be at the front though too, because then you're like the face you
and you don't have to stress about the tables, which is nice. But
Right.
I don't know. It's like, for me, you're like wearing heels and like standing for so long.
Right.
Like, sometimes I'm just like, I can't do this. Like,
yeah, I'd rather be running around and not realize my feet hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just love also being at the table and talking to people versus like just seating them.
Yeah, right. Table 3 or 4.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I love it. That's as much as you get.
Yeah. Okay, Zack,
She's
what
had
about
some
you?
experience. So is Lisa Vanderpump as scary in person as she is on TV?
She's scary on TV.
Scary.
She knows how to throw
Intimidating.
down the rules.
Well, okay.
The Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
Are you ever afraid of getting fired by Lisa?
No. But I do. I don't know. She's like really kind. I mean, there are times I was going through a breakup when I first started at SUR, and that like there was times where she's like, Billie, can you smile more? And then like be like more. I was like, so hard. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm a Pisces, so I'm very emotional. So I was crying all the time at SUR because I was like going through a breakup and then also meeting these new people and, you know, all this crazy drama that's going on. So it was a really big adjustment. And I feel like Lisa was just refreshing. Every time I saw her, I was like, oh, I just love her. She's like
the best.
I mean, it's all over. Everyone talks about it now, but I said it once that I think she's like my fairy godmother. And yeah, she's just one of those amazing women that just makes things happen. And I respect her so much.
Right. Do you feel adjusted now?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like now I'm like so in love with these people that are my friends now. So I'm invested and I'm comfortable. Yeah.
Good. That's great.
Yeah, as you should be. And you're not like in any of the drama yet
Yeah.
that we know of.
Yeah.
That we know.
We don't know.
Yeah, we have some stuff coming up for sure that I like bump heads with people.
Oh, really? Ooh.
I can't wait.
I know, but I've been like, it takes for me, I'm all about like kindness and respect, and so it took me a minute to like get in. But when I felt like I was being disrespected, that's whenever I was like not afraid to be like, hold on.
Yeah.
So,
Right. You got to.
We need more of that. I feel like the guys this season, and we've talked about this so much, like get away with so much that we need somebody to kind of come in and regulate. So I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the personalities are so crazy. So my question is, out of all the cast members, which one's personality is different on screen than it is off?
Well, you know what? People, I guess, like, Ariana told me this. She's like, yeah, a lot of people think that I'm, like, not nice or that I'm, like, always mad or bitchy. And I'm like, what?
Me.
Oh. I say that every week.
I love her.
Because we have so much fun together. And, like, I love her so much. So I don't, like, see her in, like, a negative way. But, you know, I mean, sometimes we do have drinks and we, like, bitch and complain about life, you know, first world problems. Yeah. But to me, I just love her so much, and I find her just like a goddess. So it's weird when someone's like, yeah, I don't like Ariana. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
She's my people.
Yeah, because we don't see everything. So that's what's like hard to remember when you watch the show.
And, you know, editing and all that stuff. So it's like,
of course,
you don't get to see exactly what's going on with her.
Totally. Absolutely.
I'll fill you in.
Yeah, thank you for setting us straight.
She's nicer than we think.
Yeah.
And my question, so Valentine's Day is coming up. I just was wondering, is there any cast members that you've been interested in on the show or have dated maybe?
Don't say Jax or you'll be excused.
No, I would never.
Oh, God.
The thing is, like, I flirt with everyone, and I love connecting with people, and I love just vibing. And so you see that, and some people are like, "Oh, is she flirting with him?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not trying to hook up with him. I'm just connecting, like, from one human to another."
You're just a nice person in Los Angeles.
You know?
That's very rare here.
You can't tell the difference sometimes.
Yeah. But I think, I don't know. I definitely do date someone, and I'm interested in a few people at SUR. I love going to work and like flirting and having fun, and you know, it's fun to also hook up.
Anybody on the cast?
Yeah, any cast members?
You'll just have to you'll find out.
Fellow servers?
That's exciting.
I mean, there's not a lot of options. There's not a lot of single people, to be honest.
Right.
I mean, even when I first started there, I was like, who is single? Like,
you don't have to be single in this cast.
I know. But for me personally, I like to.
You have standards. Thank you.
Morals.
Morals, yes.
Sometimes
the cast lacks that.
Yeah.
We have someone in the live chat is asking, had you seen Vanderpump before? That's from Sarah.
You know, I never watched it. I actually don't really watch TV. So when the producers approached me after I got the job about being on it, I was like, sure. Like, it was just another platform for me to live my life. So I was like, okay, this is dope. So I think like I maybe looked up a couple of videos or something to like see what it was about. And I remember years ago I watched The Housewives, and I remember when the first season premiered of Vanderpump, but I never watched it. So the answer is no. But I'm kind of glad because I wanted to go in and meet these people as like regular people and my friends. I didn't want to know anything about them before. That would be awkward, I feel like.
Yeah, no. But I mean, and I think your presence on the show means so much to so many people. So I think it's been really fun, and you've been so refreshing on the show. So
so many people are reaching out to me, and they're so kind. Like, I've not had one, knock on wood, negative like comment, or like everyone's being so nice to me. I'm like,
that's great. That's good.
That's how you know that you come off on camera very well, or else you'd be getting the Jax comments. I've sent a few. No, I'm kidding.
I love your Instagram posts. Like those inspirational quotes are amazing. I just reposted one of them, and I was like, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I do have another question, only because we've talked about this a lot on the panel, is about Stassi. And so you got to do her podcast, and some people say that she's very problematic, but Lisa came out and said that, you know, she's really not. People shouldn't be giving her as much heat as they have been, and I just wanted to know what your take was on it, because you know Stassi, you've met her. You know, she does make some very feisty comments. But do you think she's problematic, or do you think that, you know, she just sometimes doesn't think before she speaks?
Yeah, I don't think her intention is to like offend anyone or to be problematic, but I do think that, you know, if your life is in front of the camera, and then she's been in reality for a long time, and then she also has this podcast, and, you know, she's coming from her experience, and sometimes I think that her own personal experience being privileged affects people in a negative way, because sometimes where we come from, we see things through a certain glass, and you know, that's not life for everyone else. And so I can relate to like Ariana and people who get offended by her own experience, but at the same time, like, she's not, I don't think her intention is to like hurt anyone, but I definitely think she's like learning, just like all of us, you know, when we say things that don't necessarily like feel good with other people, we hurt from that. And I can tell. And, you know, she cried a lot that day. But for me, I was kind of like, girl, why are you crying so hard? Like, I'm emotional and like I'm a mess and hormonal, but I just like was like, let me light some Palo Santo because it's not this deep.
Right,
But I think with her, it's very she's kind of always in that victim mode, and I've found that out like being friends with her, and I you know, I have a lot of friends that are the same way, but sometimes, you know, it's like, give yourself 5 minutes to be a victim and then get the fuck over it. Oh, sorry.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's her.
definitely true. Okay, so should we get into the episode?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was some interesting stuff. So you chose to go to Ariana's birthday, correct? Yes. And how was that? How was that? And also why?
Well, first of all, that's my homegirl.
Yeah.
Plus, I love her vibe, and I hang out with Tom and her brother, and we all have like this crew that we hang out with, and I don't necessarily like care for scary things, and I know that was Stassi's theme. And yeah, it was just easy for me to say I'm going to Ariana's because that's who I hang out with all the time. Yeah.
They didn't show a lot of the party in the show. It was mainly just their discussion, Tom and Ariana's. So how was it? Was it fun? Did it turn out to be a good night?
It was so much fun.
I mean,
I was so drunk.
Love it. So fun. Where was it?
At COD.
Okay.
Is that what it's called? COD. It's like a seafood place.
Yeah,
on Beverly.
bougie, very nice.
So we had like the whole rooftop, the upstairs. It was so
much
cool.
fun. Oh, I love that.
But I definitely got drunk. I know when I get drunk because I like will randomly see myself smoking American Spirit. And I'm like, oh, Mama was wasted.
Having a good time. Love it.
I mean, everyone's costumes looked legit.
Oh my God,
and
Tom.
everyone went all.
Yeah, Tom.
I could not get over. I was like, I'm just gonna stare at you all night.
Right? Looks like Maleficent, but like good.
Went for it.
He's so good. I love him.
Yeah, that was really
Well,
and one thing that they touched on a lot was their discussion about, you know, what does Ariana say about all that stuff?
About what?
About like not hooking up with Tom all the time. I guess she touched on it in this episode, but to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, her and I can like relate to some things because I had some issues with my vagina after my surgery. I was like feeling scared because I didn't really know how to use it, and then I felt like a lot of shame about it because my first like kind of real relationship after having the surgery, the guy was just like, you know, like, I don't know about a fake vagina. Like, he was just kind of like weird about it. And I had like all these insecurities. And then, you know, I meet Ariana and she has these insecurities. So it really doesn't matter like if you're trans or cis, we all have our things.
Totally.
And for me, I went on this journey to really fall in love with myself. And then I also got like this chakra rub. It's like a crystal tool that you use for your vagina.
Really?
Yeah. I did a BuzzFeed video about it.
Love it.
And
guys,
look it up.
watch that.
Yeah. But I like did this whole thing about falling in love with my vagina and falling in love with myself and my trans experience. So I was just telling her like, girl, you need to get laid. Like, and it's funny because that night at her birthday, I was like all about her getting laid. And then I ended up passing out in her bed with Tom and her.
Stop.
And they didn't even
Stop it.
I was like, well, she was like, go to my bed and pass out. And I was like, okay, because they were still partying in the living room. And then I woke up in the morning to them two pass out. And I was like, I was all about y'all hooking up. And here I am the cock blocker. Like,
that is so funny.
That's amazing.
But,
yeah, in the episode they didn't say what exactly happened.
No, they just said
they
seemed connected though when they were talking about like, you know, wanting to get frisky together.
Yeah, I mean, they love each other, you know, and I'm sure we were just out to dinner the other night, and I know, like, they haven't seen each other for a few days, so they're like, we're going home. I was like, I hope y'all get laid. Yeah,
cute.
So, I mean, I want them to be happy and madly in love, because I love both of them. But, you know, we all have our issues, and Tom sometimes does, like, he's very social, so he's always going out, and like Ariana and I sometimes will be hanging out, and I'm like, "Where's Tom?" She's like, "I don't know. He didn't like, we didn't end up hanging out tonight." And I think, and you see this in the episode, she's kind of just like, "You're gone all the time, and it doesn't make me feel good."
Yeah.
And I would be the same way, And he loves her, and it's not like he's out doing anything like inappropriate. He's just like hanging out with the boys.
Yeah.
Totally.
But it's like, stop hanging out with the boys every day.
Right.
But if she doesn't, like, from what you see on camera, she's very, like, off-putting. Like, she just doesn't seem like she's that into him and that, like, physically attracted to him. So just to play devil's advocate, like, if your girlfriend doesn't want, like, to be intimate with you, doesn't it feel more natural to want to go out and hang with the guys?
Totally.
Maybe that's just my boy brain.
No, totally. I can see that perception. I can definitely see that. And, I think it's her going to therapy and her working on loving herself and not necessarily, bringing her past experiences into this relationship is key for her. So, just sending her good vibes so that works out.
I think
you have to get her a jade egg.
What's that?
You have to get her one of those rose quartz eggs.
I know. I talked to her about it. Yeah. No, I've already showed it to her. Yeah.
What is that? Can you break it down? You were talking about it earlier.
Yeah,
What
it's an egg that you put in your vagina, and it's supposed to help with like Kegel muscles, but it's also you can like absorb the energies of the crystals.
It's super healing. Mine was actually like a shape of like a dildo.
And
and my vagina is like really tight, so I was like, I'm not trying to tighten it. I need it to be a little loose. So but I just like, I stick it in there and I meditate, and it's also really good to like play with. Yeah.
Where do you get this?
Chakra Rub.
You can get it on Goop.
On Instagram too.
You can get it on Goop?
Yeah, I gave one to my friend for her birthday.
Oh, wow.
I do Reiki. I send
Valentine's
jade
Day.
eggs.
Yes.
Valentine's Day. Just saying.
Oh, and speaking of Reiki, we're seeing that Reiki girl goes over to Jax's house.
Yeah.
We just saw that in the promo. Like, what?
I guess so. I mean, him and I talked about a lot of spiritual stuff.
Okay.
And it doesn't sometimes make it in the episode, but I definitely loved the fact that he was all about yoga, meditation, and natural healing.
Is that real?
I was just going to say, is it on the camera?
He seems like, to me, he's into it, and like we really like, have great conversation about it. But at the end of the day, like, I just know that he doesn't want to like really hurt anyone, and he doesn't want to hurt someone he loves. So he just definitely wants to like fix some things. And you can't just take a pill and be like, okay, I'm good. Like it's a process, and at least he is, working on it. I'm proud of him for that.
Right.
Yeah. And hopefully they don't hook up or something.
Right. Well, I mean, do you know what happens? Hey, got you. Do you know that happens?
No, they don't.
Okay.
No. But I mean, I'm not in the bedroom, so I don't know.
Right.
But, like,
exactly.
No, I hope someone that like is a healer, respects that.
Yeah. Are you friends with Faith?
No.
Okay.
I met her at Scheana's birthday, and she's like, "Oh, I'm a Pisces too," and she like kind of like hit on me. And I was like, "Oh." That was.
How'd she hit on you?
She was just saying that I was like really sexy and like she definitely.
She was just trying every way. I'm telling you.
Yeah, she was trying
every way to
figure
get
out
into
anyone
the
she
show.
could sleep with to get on the show.
Oh my god! And then afterwards, like there was all this drama happening that went down, and she was like, "Who's this new girl?" And I was like, "We were just talking."
And you love me.
And like it was.
You
really
need to
weird.
set her straight and say you don't have to sleep with Jax to get on the show, because you've had longevity this season and she's had one episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely don't have to sleep with someone
Exactly.
to get on the show.
Right, I know. That's a common misconception. But I do think I like Faith. I think we're gonna have Faith on the show soon. So
Okay.
I think we'll see what goes on. But maybe we'll see her later in the season. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hope not.
I don't know. Hey, you guys, I don't know.
Why?
Okay, wait.
Anyway.
So should we get into Patrick and Stassi?
Yes.
This whole saga?
Yes.
It's weird because we thought that we were going to see this whole storyline unfold about the birthday.
Yes.
We thought that the
Yeah.
breakup was going to happen on the birthday.
Yeah, and I feel like the birthdays were like really hyped in the promos, but we didn't see much of the birthdays.
The birthdays, yeah.
I would have loved to have seen more of Ariana's party.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I was asking you.
Or
Like,
even
how
just
was
more
it?
of
hers seemed
Stassi's
great
party.
compared to Stassi's
I
with
know.
the ranch.
Like, I really
and
love
the pizza
Stassi.
still in the back.
I really like Stassi, but I wasn't into the party.
I loved it. I thought it was so Stassi.
I mean,
It
yeah,
was very
Witches
Stassi.
of
It was.
WeHo like thing going on.
Which is the East End.
Witches of WeHo.
It was cute. It was cute, but I think I would have probably wanted to be at Ariana's.
I
at
did
the
too,
wanna be.
because it really gave me life on like wanting to wear a costume. I'm not gonna
You mean
lie.
you didn't want to take a butt shot off of a stripper?
No, we were talking about that.
I don't get
Would
why she
you?
was so
Would you?
upset.
No, I wasn't down for that either.
No.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, like,
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday, and I don't know. I just felt like it ended kind of
Abrupt.
Right?
Yeah, no one wants to end their birthday like that.
No, and she
No.
left her parents. Like if my parents were there and I were just like, bye.
And they didn't seem to mind though. They
Yeah.
were like
No.
still partying and having
Yeah.
a good time.
But I think she
I'm
was so
sh-
fixed.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I'm sure they're used to her daughter being so dramatic.
Yeah.
She was
You know.
really fixated on Patrick, though. It
Everything
seems
she
like
does,
everything was
she's-
about Patrick.
She's
it
deeply affected by him.
Yeah.
I
Turns
feel
me
like
off.
Yeah.
Off for her. Like I'm usually like I like her and her. I think she's funny and witty sometimes, but
Well, who was
just
talking?
turned me off.
Who was talking about it? Was it Kristen that said that she's usually the controller in the relationship,
Yeah.
and now she's totally not? So
Yeah.
it's a weird side of Stassi that I think that comes out when she like freaks out about
I think
Patrick.
she really likes Patrick.
Yes.
And I think that she just connected with him so well, and this is probably the best relationship she's been in, that she wants to make it last. And, you know, even when you know it's wrong, you're so caught up into the potential that you see in the relationship or where it was at the beginning that you don't want to accept that it's over or that it should be over. And I think she's compromising herself.
You want to control the outcome? Okay.
Yeah, she wants to make it last because in her head it's gonna work out, and I feel like we're just seeing that he's not that into you.
He really.
Oh
wasn't.
yeah, how
Like,
about
there's
the
a book.
blocked? He blocked her while he was
I know. I don't
in
think
Amsterdam.
I could deal with that.
And I love that she's still no, and that she's justifying it, and
couldn't.
she's like blaming herself. Like that's typical guy code. You switch the blame. And
Yeah,
you say,
I hate
when-
it's
I
because
hate when
I
that
don't want to
happens.
see you hook up with anybody. It's really because he just doesn't want you to see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
and-
surprised she's so dumb. Oh, I'm about that. You know?
Well, and I think the fact that she didn't talk to him for so long, and then he's there at her birthday.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, can y'all have breakfast first and
Yeah.
talk about some things? So I felt for her in that moment, like, 'cause
Right.
I would have been the same way. Like, I definitely would have been super nervous and emotional,
Of course.
going through that. So, yeah, I feel for her.
Yeah, I do too.
Because I feel like also when you've been away from like your person or someone that you care about for a good amount of time, you're like excited to see them when they come back as soon as they do, and it just didn't seem. I don't know.
He just seems emotionally cut off.
Just didn't seem that
Like
way.
not all.
Yeah,
in.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I
It's-
get what you're saying. Like maybe he's just not that into her. And I've been there where the guy's just not that into you. So
Right.
I think all of us has.
Oh,
And
totally. Unfortunately, it happens like every week.
Every person I
Yeah.
swipe on Tinder.
Yeah.
yeah. Last time I talked to her, she's doing good though. So
Oh, good.
she's in a
Okay.
good place.
Great.
That's good.
Great. We love Stassi.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we do want to see her happy.
Yeah,
This whole
because that
Patrick
was
thing is
just
weird.
it didn't seem like her.
I feel like a lot of the girls this season just don't have as much self-respect as they did at
No.
the beginning. Like Stassi's always been a very self-assured person, and to see her
Yeah.
with somebody like Patrick,
Well, it's dating in LA too.
I mean, I guess.
It's a little tough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it is.
There's something I just can't put my finger on about Patrick. Like,
His man bun.
yeah, it's like
Oh, you
he
like the
feels like a
man.
professor or
Gross.
something. Like I feel like he says things and wants to be really profound. Like a
With his thing when he said he was talking to her parents about like being alone. But I get everyone needs like their own time and to be by themselves. I get it, but it was also like how he was trying to present it.
yeah. He just sounds like a life coach that like went wrong. You know? I don't know. It's like
He's
something.
an
maybe.
Instagram life coach, an Instagram guru, where people like
Yeah.
try to like
just retweet
be
memes.
inspirational.
Yep.
And you're
Yeah.
like, take a chill pill.
But Billy's good at it, so
Billy's great at it.
Yeah.
Billy's good at
Because
these
you
very
continue
soft.
in your whole life.
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like in your
Right.
lifestyle, you do like the
Yeah.
jade vagina. And, like, you do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing. Okay, so now let's kind of wait. Should we get into Billy's breakdown? Are we
Sure.
at that point?
Sure.
Okay, we're at that point. Billy's breakdown.
Yay!
We're so excited. in. Okay, so Zach, you want to lead us in?
Yes.
Okay.
So Billy, this season, it's all about the relationships. Like every episode, someone was cheating on someone was about to break up with somebody else. Everybody's been sleeping with each other. So we want to know, we want the dish on each of these relationships, and we want to know who do you think is going to last and who do you think is going to crash. I mean, obviously we know which ones are still together and which ones aren't. But
Thanks, Insta.
we want the inside scoop on these relationships. Okay, so the first one is Tom and Katie. Like, the cast members have been very judgmental of them, and some of them expressed they don't think that they're going to stay married. What do you think, knowing them?
I probably know them. I know Tom the least.
Okay.
He's really nice and respectful every time we're out.
Has he forgotten to make out with you?
No.
Not
And
yet.
you know what? Whenever he drinks, he's like touchy-feely, like we all are. And
Yeah.
he'll, like,
Right.
he'll just even put his like hand on my shoulder, and then he'll be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry for that." And I'm like, "You don't have to apologize.
He's, like, trained.
You're not making out with me. You're
Yeah.
just putting your hand on my shoulder." Like,
Yeah.
and even when I drink, I'm very affectionate. So
Yeah.
I think that's a cool thing about him, and I don't think it's a negative thing. And I know that they love each other, and like every time I'm around, it's like very cute. So I feel like that if it's definitely gonna last for me, but I don't know them that well, and I haven't been there that long. But I think they're cute together, and she seems like she's always really happy, and he's really nice and respectful. So I'm definitely, I'm rooting for that one.
Cute. That's
yeah,
good to
I
hear.
think I am too.
Yeah, I am too.
I like them.
They've had their ups and
I'm
downs.
rooting for
And
them.
since they've gotten married, they've really gotten like.
I think she's calmed
cuter.
down. She is
Yeah.
chamomile tea.
Well,
for
now
sure.
she has the ring. She doesn't have to stress as
Chamomile
much.
tea, like
She
Katie.
locked
Yeah.
him down.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
the
her.
biggest hot relationship this season, Jackson Brittany. Give
Yeah.
us the dish.
Well,
Why is she still with him?
because
We-
she loves him, and
right.
look, we've all been there.
have.
In
We
a
have.
situation where you
have.
love that bad boy, and
You love
he's
it.
just so bad but so nice, and he is really respectful and really sweet, and he's like, he's just one of those guys. He has like, and I've said this before to Stassi actually, and she was like, "What?" But I was like, he has this amazing soul. Like, you feel his vibration, but
Very
he
deep.
has like, he's wrapped in this human experience that's just a dog. sometimes.
Totally. And being on the show, I'm sure, amplifies that.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm sure as a man, he has his own insecurities, and if he's not feeling like some people, if they're not feeling connected in bed, and if it's they're not sexual, then they need that,
Right.
and they need to go out and find it, which is unfortunate. So, but I know she loves him, and I know that like she's all about sticking by his side through this experience, and I think that's dope of her. I've been in situations where I'm like, that girl is so stupid. Like, I cannot believe her. And then I've been in my own situation where I'm like, I
Totally.
am that stupid.
Of course. Yeah, you don't
Like,
get it till it
oh
happens
my
to you.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's easy for us to judge,
Of course,
from
of
sitting here, but I love her so much, and I know how much she loves him. And he is really amazing to her in a lot of ways. But he also just has his own, shit that's like not cute, and she's okay with that. And I'm okay with that, but she's okay with that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Do you think he's moldable? Do you think Reiki's going to do some good for him?
I think a little bit of that and a little bit of, added sex toys, maybe some crystals in the bed or something.
Yeah.
Jax needs a jade egg. He needs to put a jade egg
That'd be
inside.
good.
I mean, I don't know. If he's a sexual person and that's the
Yeah.
situation that's happening is he's cheating and that's like his thing, then I guess.
That's his thing.
I mean, I've heard, like, I know Stassi's told me that he's
Yeah.
obviously cheated on
Of
her.
course.
And,
Yeah.
but again, I think he has a great soul. I just think that, like, we all have these childhood things that happen, and
Yeah.
we have issues. And,
Right.
and I love the fact that she's down for that.
Totally.
Yeah. You got to give her that. And it seems like when you do talk to Jax on the show, at least, you get the most out of him, or he seems the most genuine.
Well,
when
I feel like Jax is always receptive when there's a female talking to him.
Yes, but
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think
we
that-
vibe. I really enjoy having conversation with him, and like, he's going through this whole healing thing, and I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, every chance I got to talk about it, I was
sure.
down.
Oh, good.
awesome.
Okay.
Okay, Tom and Ariana, you touched on them a little bit earlier in the show, but has their relationship changed or evolved from what we're currently seeing?
Yeah, I mean, we were out to dinner the other night, and he just got back in town and met up with us, and they're cute. I love them.
How's
So
she
cute.
doing? Has therapy helped?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing is, like, she doesn't really talk about it as much as I talk about it. Like, I'm always talking about my vagina or something. Yeah, I feel that she really loves him. Sometimes I definitely, you know, I told her, like, I think you guys just need to work on, like, creating positive vibes in your relationship and communicating. And I know her, you know, going to therapy, she's learning all this. So yeah, you'll watch and you'll find out. But I hope and pray that they work out. I love them so much, and as a couple, I think they're so amazing.
Yeah. Do you see marriage for them in the future?
Well, you know, Ariana's my girl, and I know she doesn't really want to get married or have kids. And I'm like the opposite of her. I'm like, I wish I could get pregnant. So I don't know. You know, I know Tom and we talked, and he wants to get married and have kids. So, you know, hopefully, like, she comes around and she's open to that. But at the same time, if she's not open to that, then, you know, he has to be cool with that. Because if she has, you know, this vision of not having kids and not being attached to someone, but also, like, exploring the planet and doing really dope things with her life, like, I want to support that too.
Right. Cute.
So earlier in the season, I had the chance to talk to Lala Kent, and she made a prediction. We all love her. I think that's unanimous.
Yes.
And her outfit tonight was everything.
Oh my God, she's so sexy.
So she predicted that James and Raquel may be getting engaged soon. What do you think about James and Raquel? Is that a thing? And is Logan in between them in bed?
I love Logan. The thing is, like, Raquel's so sweet, but I don't really connect with her as much. We just haven't had the opportunity. I'll just say that. But
it's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, Logan and James, I do believe there's this really strong connection and love there, and I even think sometimes that there's sexual energy there. Yeah. But you know, it's not for me to judge and say, like, exactly what's going on. I just been a secret for a long time in my life and my relationships, and I can relate to Logan when sometimes I feel like he is a secret. You know, and I know it's weird because, you know, James tells me that he definitely has never hooked up with him, and I'm gonna say, you know, yeah, okay, that's what you're saying, but I'm around a lot and I see certain things and feel certain things, and I know that they both affect each other very much. Like, you know, there's definitely situations where they really, really affect each other, and to me, that's like a deep love or a relationship or some kind of romantic thing. But, you know, and Raquel, if she's, for me personally, like, if my dude was like, yo, once in a while I want to sleep with a dude, I'm like, okay, bring him in. Like, let's do this together.
Right.
But if she's not open to that, and, like, there's not a space for him to be honest with who he is, then that's disappointing. And, you know, I just want them to be happy, but I know sometimes he's not happy, especially when things are rough or not cool with Logan. And yeah, I don't know. I can relate to so many things because I've been in my lifetime. I've been a secret, and I've been in situations where, you know, you can't be honest, unfortunately. And I hope that he finds a way to do that.
So to flip that, do you and to look at James's side for a second, how do you feel about the way Logan sort of outed him on the show?
Well, I do recall, like, what happened. I was around that night whenever we heard, like, he told Brittany's sister, and it was like a drunken thing. I mean, you know, he was drunk, and this is his situation, and this is his life, and this person's really important to him. So I can't be upset about it. Like, I'm not, you know, and James says he's straight, so he didn't really out him, I guess. And Logan has admitted that he lied about it, and so we're kind of there.
Yeah, which felt a little bit contrived.
Yeah, I feel like this is the government. Like,
thank you.
It's like just another scandal that we're like it's so obvious, but we're not talking about it.
Right, that's where we're at. Yeah,
and I get that it's probably difficult and uncomfortable. because their situation is not, like, because they're on TV, it's, like, not ideal or normal. So I get that it can be so hard. Because probably if I was drunk, too, I would say something that was in the back of my mind.
But I don't make stuff up.
Yeah, they say when you get drunk, you tell the truth.
That is true.
It's like
Stacey knows.
Yeah. Here's my thing too: is that and I was talking to James about this, and he's like, "Well, Billie, I'm not gay or bi," but I was like, "Look, I think it's really hard for even today in society to be bisexual. So many girls are like, I'm not gonna be with a dude if he sucks dick, and it's like." You can't be bi right now, and it's really hard. And I have friends that are bi that are afraid to admit that they're bi. And I feel like, you know, he obviously says over and over how much he's attracted to women. But what's wrong if you are attracted to Logan sometimes?
Right.
What's wrong if you are attracted to a boy? So, you know, it's just where we're at right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a weird time.
It's tough for him.
Yeah.
I feel like if you can feel the energy, and we can also feel the energy through the TV, then you know it's real.
It's strong.
Yeah.
And you know it's real. One thing we don't know is real is Rob and Scheana. You think they're... I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I don't know if it was on your list, but I just have to bring it up.
Yeah.
Right now on the show, it looks like they're not dating. It looks like they're not dating right now in real life either.
She hasn't posted
She's in
pictures.
Vegas.
But there have been articles of Rob saying eventually we'll get back together, and she kind of says the same thing. What do you think? Think that's a thing?
I think he's a wonderful guy. He's really cool, and I think that, you know, she again was like really in love with him, and I don't think he was in that place where he could like have a really committed relationship. And yeah, and then now she's in Vegas working all the time.
Right.
And she always has all these dudes that like her. So
Of course she's stunning.
yeah, there's nothing like
stunning.
But I get it. She really liked him. He's a really good guy. He's really attractive. So I totally, you know, feel for her. I do think that like it was, you know, sometimes we put too much energy onto our guy or the person that we're dating.
Totally.
And that was the kind of thing. It's like her world kind of evolved around him, and that's a lot
Right.
of pressure on the other end.
Oh my gosh,
You're
yeah.
feeling that.
Right.
So I think it's perfect that she's on this break because she's like exploring things in Vegas and having
Good.
the time of her life right
Yeah,
now.
that's great.
I can't wait to go see her show. I still haven't got to go, but yeah, I'm just really excited for her. And I think that I haven't seen her talk to Rob since, so I don't think anything's going on there. And she hasn't told me last time I saw her, so.
Interesting.
Good. I hope she takes time for herself because she really needs to.
I mean, she jumped right from Shay to
Yeah, she just needs to find herself again and get her emotions.
She's
needs
so
a
she
jade
needs to date
egg.
different guys.
Everybody needs a jade egg.
Okay. We need to send gift baskets.
Okay,
Yes.
so should we talk about the craziest promo we've seen this season?
I didn't even see it.
Oh my gosh! Literally, they like just spilled everything. I think.
But it's like, I don't know what to believe.
We saw a promo of Lisa possibly firing Jax. That's we know that happens, right?
Yeah.
We already knew that happened.
I
though.
mean, I just
That's
feel
gonna
like
happen.
I feel like I
It's
expected
about
it to
time.
happen a lot earlier.
Yeah.
it's just the sense. It's just like his age, what he has gotten away with, and he just needs to be.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one
Like,
thing.
You can't keep having like a slap on the wrist and think it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It needs to just happen.
I feel like Lisa though treats the cast like they're her children too.
I think she
kind of.
really deeply does
She wants the
care.
best for them.
Yeah, she totally cares. And he, you know, I feel like he's just so over it. Like, you know, when sometimes you're just over your job. Like, I think he's overworking at SIR.
I would be over it if I were 40 years old and still a bartender at SIR.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, come on, you wouldn't?
It is true. It is true.
Thank you.
Well, I
Thank
think
you.
it's not even just bartending. It's like the drama.
Of
and
course.
like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
also
yeah.
like filming
Like the same
for a long
thing for,
time.
and in the
it's
same
a lot.
position. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, he will end up having a heart attack, like he told you on the episode.
Oh my gosh.
No, it will. It's gonna get to him or something.
Okay, so the next thing that would give me a heart attack is the Britney pregnancy test.
Yeah.
So
She's
that was
obviously not pregnant,
just
or we
a
would see
scare.
it by
Think
now.
about it. Kylie did it.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
She's made public appearances
No, I
recently.
know, but
Yeah, and I had a drink with her recently. So
Oh,
she's
She's
definitely.
not
Okay.
pregnant.
Phew. Okay.
I mean, hopefully I'm not allowed to say that where I am, but
I mean,
yeah, we definitely.
all right.
She had a drink on Watch What Happens Live.
But even
she's
no
not
belly.
pregnant.
Yeah,
no way. I would know. Definitely, someone would have told me.
Yeah. Right, and you know, I guess it'll still be an interesting conversation for Jax and her to have because that is like maybe a thing that
he's probably like, holy.
Yeah,
right. I feel like he would be a good dad, and he
I think
even
so
like
too.
recently he was like sharing on his story like his. I don't know if it was his niece or someone, some little girl, and I was like, oh, he's like very loving with when it comes to kids, and I think he would be a great father, and I think she'd be such a great mom, and they would make really cute babies.
Yes. Right, and I think that might be the one thing that would maybe make him grow up. Maybe.
Here,
no?
I mean,
I think they have to get out of LA.
Billy both were like, nah, I was like, here's hoping.
Okay, well, and I just want to reiterate, none of my predictions have been wrong so far.
If they move out of LA, I feel like they would
if they
maybe
move to
have
Kentucky,
a somewhat
back to
normal
Kentucky.
life.
Maybe.
Somewhere.
I would
NorCal.
He would die if he like lived there for the rest of his life. I don't think that would happen.
He would not be able to. There's not enough girls.
Okay, and then the last thing is James and Kristen might hook up. Might be hooking up. That was the thing? That was teased?
Oh, I want to say no. I want to say that's a no.
Let's go.
Yeah, Kristen's happy with Carter.
That was in Mexico, right?
Carter. I guess.
Probably.
I just know something happened in Mexico. That's all I
Oh,
can say.
what happened in Mexico?
I feel like
Interesting.
maybe James hooked up with someone. Yes.
Logan.
No, Logan wasn't, I don't think, in Mexico.
But it's not Kristen. I really think Kristen is happy with her guy.
She's so happy with her guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think yes to James.
Don't go back to your ex.
Was it a female or male that he hooked up with in Mexico?
No, I just know that there was some issues going on
there was just something happening.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mexico.
interesting. Okay.
That's exciting. That's really exciting.
So exciting. Okay, well, we are about to wrap it up. But Billy, is there anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm just really excited to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you guys will see me get a little scared when I start dating on camera. But
Oh my gosh, I can't
excited,
wait
though.
to see who this is.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It's fun. Yeah.
Do you swipe? Or how are you dating now?
You know what? I've been meeting so many people in person that I don't do the online dating.
That's awesome.
Just avoid it at all costs. It's the worst.
Yeah, I feel like I have like a flock of men right now, and I'm just like, woo!
Billy! Good!
That's the best.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us. You're thebomb.com. Please come back every week if you can. I know you're so busy, though.
I know.
You are really... I was talking to your publicist, and she's like, she is booked all the time, so you're lucky to have her in. But thank you so much for joining us. If you want to remind everybody where we can follow you.
Yeah, it's me, Billie Lee, on Twitter and Instagram. It's me, Billie Lee, and then BillieLee.com for my website, my blog.
Yay! How often do you blog?
You know what? I have a few new things coming out I'm really excited about. And,
okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soon.
Yay. Okay, read those. Okay, and then if you guys want to follow us during the week, I'm Tiege Dooley-Panko. You guys can find me at TiegeDP. So see you there.
I'm Zack Peters, and you can follow me at JustPlainZack.
Again, I'm Serio. You can follow me at Serio.
And I'm Stacey Olivas. You can find me all over social media at Stacey Olivas.
Yay! Thank you so much for joining us, Billy. You're the bomb.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.